All right, we're ready for our US1 and the deciding point, right? Where we're going to go. So, again, that bad news is that we really had a rough R1, G1, UK1. So here we are again. We're behind the sticks. Pretty good bit behind the sticks. The good news is now I'm assuming this player. I mean, I got matched fairly quickly as a platinum 50, so I assumed he's probably a platinum player. But I'm confused. I've been just sitting here just wondering what in the world are these two German tanks here for? I can't see any strategy. I mean, if he was here, he'd be putting more pressure on West Russia and Caucasus. Sitting down here does nothing. So I don't know if it was a misclick, but even if it's a misclick, where was he clicking? You know, these don't make any sense really either. So this has got me a little bit confused. What's going on there? And I also this infantry fighter, putting that fighter out there, you know, taking the risk on the battle there. I mean, he took a lot of risky battles for one, but then landing this infantry fighter there and putting him, leaving him exposed rings a question mark. And then the Japan play. I mean, Japan's in a strong position regardless, but Japan's play was a little bit confusing to me. He bought a transport and a complex and two artilleries. I mean, he could be setting up a killer J3 India, but I don't think he's going to be able to. So he put the complex down there in Thailand. So obviously he is interested in India. I mean, that's his play. But I don't know that putting a complex in Thailand is your best play there. Um, to be perfectly honest, I mean, he did go ahead and take out my transport over here. This is a point where I really wish I'd done my cruiser fighter, let the battleship live, built my sub, and been setting up my usual game here because I don't like this. I hate seeing a carrier out here by itself. I'm almost tempted with these inconsistencies I've seen of what if I took a one round shot at his carrier? Does he have the carrier first defense profile and let the plane sink? But I don't think it's worth risking the two fighters for that, unfortunately. Um, so he did do Pearl. Let's see, he sent five, so he lost a fighter because he only has a bomber left. So he did lose. Oh, he landed the one fighter back here. Okay, so he does have. Let me double check. Two, three. Yeah, so he still has five fighters out there. Okay, and his bomber. Let's see what else he did. He attacked Burma with infantry artillery. That's fine. Bury. Oh yeah, that's the other oddball here. He used a transport um, to go Bury, so he got up here. So these guys and the tanks up here. So this isn't the most efficient um, going down here for India. Not the best play for getting efficiency into India. Because I think how he left it, I'm going to be able to pull back in and dead zone Burma for UK2 so that he can't stack Burma on J2. And so that's going to limit his J3 attack even with him building units here. They won't be able to get through. Now J4, that may be a different story. We'll cross that when we get to it. And the reason all this is important is I need to decide what to do with Russia. Do I do like in a duos game where they came out, just bailed on West Russia and came down and supported India, or do I try to stick out West Russia? And calculating all that, I think I can hold West Russia and get back and defend India for a J3 strike still. So I think we're going to try this. It's going to be thin, and he's already shown he's a risk taker. So you know, maybe I'll be pushing my luck. But again, at the start of this game, I need to push my luck a little bit, I think. So, all right. So purchase three infantry, artillery. Sorry, two transports and a carrier. Um, I thought about trying to go with a greedy three transport buy, and I just couldn't make it work out how I wanted it to logistics wise. So we're just gonna go with that. Combat move. He's got two destroyers sitting out here, so this sub's really not gonna be super effective regardless. So we'll let the sub be a sacrifice to the cruiser and just take out that cruiser bombardment from India. But I'm not gonna use my battleship destroyer because they'd just be going into a dead zone. And if I was doing a KJF, I wouldn't mind doing that, but we're not going to do that here. So I am going to go that route with them. Mainly because, you know, UK is going to have to bail, so depending how this goes, I'm going to bring my transport down here. And if I bring my transport down here, then I want to have my tank with me to be helping close out this as quickly as we can, assuming we have Air Force living after this turn. I'm going to let Russia take that guy. That's all the attacks for US, I believe, right? Don't give me unlikely. Give me favorable. Two hits, first round of dice for the allies, for the attacker. Boom. All right. Oh, wow. Okay, not the two I expected, but... too bad one of them couldn't ziv. So I was hoping to actually take it because then I could bring this transport down here unguarded and be perfectly safe. Now I have to make the decision, do I send him up this way and let future guys take care of Africa, or, you know, because he does have the bomber can go 1, 2, 3, 4 and land back 5, 6, but I am going to be building a bunch of transports, and, you know, he could land his fighters and bring his tanks, but that leaves up a lot of openings too. So I think I might just bring destroyer transport here, see if he wants to risk taking out. I mean, he'd about to take out 2 U.S. transports, which is never good, but it put his bomber out of position and be a potential kill, and so I don't know that he'll go for it. I don't think I would necessarily because of the awkward landing. Go sub. Alright. Way to go sub. Make it a non-match. He probably isn't going to last till next round, but hey. So we gotta land him there, but we can bring this guy as well to defend against the bomber. And we took out that transport. We're gonna need him for West Russia for our plans. I'll be curious to see if he thinks the bomber is worth that or not. Or if it would have been better for me to go this way than sacrifice in a Norway like the usual. But I do treat, I think German fighters are, I think I said in one of my other videos, I feel like in a KGF, German fighters are one of the best IPC per IPC valued units. So the ability to kill one of those, I'm happy about that. So I'm glad we got to do that. I really probably should have thought my logistics out here more. I mean, I'm hoping he could come back, so we'll have our 6 units and not have to worry about the AAs yet. But We'll see. Do want to do. What's that one look like? Still got the. I suppose I should leave it that way. Let him trade bomber for bomber if he decides, I guess, to go for it, and then let the fighter kill the bomber. Hopefully. Where did I leave it at, though? Let's get back to our. I guess technically we'll use submerge, although he won't be able to submerge. So instead of going 8-1, I'm going to go 4-4 because I'm going to use one of my AAs here. Y'all are probably going to look at me like I'm a little bit crazy on my plan for the Russia play here. And I probably am a little bit crazy. But, I mean, yeah. I'm still talking myself into it. So I really need to defend. I need everything to defend here. And I don't want to really risk it on having to take both of these. But 3 infantry with a couple tanks and a bomber that can reach here puts us in a bit of a threat. So I want to get this limited as much as possible. So I'm going to take one of each. Worst case scenario, I can retreat to here and let the U.S. fighter go, which I don't want to do that. But we're going to take at least a 1-round shot on this, see how this goes. Overall, this battle's ever so slightly profitable to the attacker. It's certainly dice risky, but come on, big whiff, big whiff, big whiff. Oh no! I. What did I do? All right. I mean, I guess I'm torn because where the game was at, I felt like it was a good risk to take. Knowing that this player's made some questionable moves, I probably should not have taken that last roll, I guess. Oh, man. All right, I'm going to pause the video for a moment so I can think about what we're going to do here. Okay, so the good news out of a bad situation is I did achieve my goal, which was, one, I can still stack West Russia. It'll be a profitable battle for me if he takes it. And again, with him being ahead, I wouldn't think he'd want to take that. And I also protected Caucasus because he's only got 2 tanks and a bomber that can get through there. So those goals were achieved, but losing a Russian fighter, that's tough. That's tough. Which means I'm just going to pull these guys back and let them get these free, unfortunately. You know what? I am going to send one that way. That way he has to at least in an infantry that way. I'll delay an infantry at least one turn. Otherwise, he just tanks blitz and goes straight there. All right, we still got a lot of comeback to do in this game. Decisions, poor decisions. Hindsight, they're poor decisions, but I still think it was I still like my choice of play. But all right, we'll see what happens next.